Hello dear students, good evening. Welcome to Maths IPE classes by NEET World. This is your Abhilash sir. So when it comes to 2A and 2B, okay, Maths, okay, we have already covered LAQs and then we have also covered SAQs, that is long answer question and short answer question, that is 7 marks questions and also 4 mark questions is covered. What is left over then VSAQs, that is 2 mark questions is left over in 2A and also 2B. So we will be doing it in 2 parts, that is 2A part 1 and part 2, and when it comes to 2B part 1 and part 2 we will be doing VSAQs, that is totally there will be 4 classes for completing 2A and also 2B when it comes to VSAQs. Why we are doing it in more parts? So that we cover all the questions that are required for your examination, so that you don't miss out on anything, because when it comes to 2 marks question, certain questions they can ask very tricky, okay, that's why your concept should be very clear. So we will be focusing on conceptual clarity and we will be solving all the type of questions that can arrive in your examination based on analysis of the PYQs. Already we have discussed numerous times about the importance of this soft copy, okay, already we have told you how to download this soft copy as well. So please go through that and download the soft copy and make use of it. Even though you have time to make use of it, and please make use of it so that you can get very good marks and also have clarity over the concepts. Alright friends, let us get started. So when it comes to VSAQs, so we will be starting with the first chapter. So that is we are having complex numbers, okay, questions are coming from complex numbers like you know, and De Moivre's theorem, quadratic expressions, theory of equations, permutation and combination, binomial theorem, measures of dispersion and random variables and probability distribution. Today in this session, okay, in this part we will be focusing on first 4 chapters. In the tomorrow session we will be focusing on the next 4 chapters. Clear friends? So like this we will be doing for what? 2B as well when it comes to VSAQs. So let us get started friends. So this is the first question that we have, that was asked in March 2024. So they are asking find the square root of minus 5 plus 12i, okay. What they are asking? Find the square root of minus 5 plus 12i. So see here friends, when we talk about this, let me change the theme so that it is clearly visible. Okay. So see here, when we talk about this question, what is the question that we are having? We have to find, let me some other color see. Okay. So first question that we are having is, you have to find the square root of minus 5 plus 12i, okay, minus 5 plus 12i, okay. So first of all, this is 2 mark question, certain steps should also be there. So solution. So if I talk about the solution friends, so minus 5 plus 12i, okay. So we know that z, that is complex number, is represented by a plus ib. Here if I talk about, here what is given? Minus 5 plus 12i is given, okay. Here what is this? That is given? Minus 5 plus 12i is given, that is given to be equal to what? Minus 5 plus 12i, okay. So if I write it equals, what will be a? Here a will be equal to what friends? Here a will be equal to minus 5 and b will be equal to what friends? B will be equal to 12, that is imaginary part, that will be 12, okay. Now they are asking us to find square root of this, that means they are asking us to find square root of the complex number. So first of all, see here, if I talk about modulus of z, that is nothing but equal to what friends? That is nothing but equal to square root of a square plus b square, okay. If they, here they are asking us what? Square root of z, okay, square root of this thing they are asking, that means square root of z is given by what? Square root of z is given by the formula, okay. The square root of z is given by the formula plus or minus, what is it? Plus or minus square root of, okay, square root of under square root of again a square plus b square, outside this we are having plus a within the square root divided by 2, okay. This is what we are having the formula, divided by 2, okay, plus or minus, okay, again we are having plus, okay, this is the imaginary part, again square root, okay, again square root of a square plus b square minus a, here it is what? Minus a, there it is what? Plus a, okay, real part plus a, imaginary part it is minus a divided by 2, okay. This is the formula that you have to remember. Now square root of a square plus b square, I can write it as what? I can write it as, what is it? Modulus of z, okay, square root of modulus of z. So here in this question, square root, that is modulus of z, that is nothing but equal to what? Square root of a square plus b square, that will be equal to what friends? That will be equal to, so that is what? Minus 5 square plus what is it that we are having? B square is 12 square, correct? So 5 square is what? Minus 5 square is, it will become positive 25. So this will become what? 25 plus 12 square is 144. We will get it as what, friends? Square root of 169, that is nothing but equal to what? 13. We will get what? Modulus of z is equal to 13. That is square root of a square plus b square will be equal to what? 13. We will get it. Okay, that will be equal to 13. Now if I put this value in this formula, what will happen? Okay, observe this, what will happen? Now what will square root of z become? Square root of z will be equal to, okay, plus or minus, we are having within the bracket square root of a square plus b square is what? 13. 13 plus a is what? Plus a is minus 5. I will write minus 5 divided by 2. Okay, here we are having what? Plus I into, what is this we are having? Square root of, again we are having square root of a square plus b square is what? It is 13 minus 5. Okay, this is minus a. Minus 5 means minus of minus 5. This will become minus of minus 5 divided by 2. This is what I am having, friends. This is what I am having. Now on simplifying this, I will have square root of z is equal to plus or minus 13 square root of 13 minus 5 divided by 2 plus I into square root of 13 minus into minus will become plus 5 divided by 2. This is what I am having. This will give me square root of z is equal to plus or minus 13 minus 5 is 8 by 2, square root of 8 by 2 within bracket, this is, okay, plus I into square root of 13 plus 5 is what? 18 by 2. Okay, now what I can do? This is 2 ones, this is 2 fours, this is 2 ones, 2 nines. So I am having what? Square root of z is equal to, I am having plus or minus, what is this? Square root of 4 means what? It is 2. Square root of 9 is what? It is 3. So I can write this as plus or minus, I am having it as 4 plus I, that is not 4, this should be 2. Square root of 4 means this will become what? This will become 2. So this would become 2 plus I into 3. Okay, this is the value we will get, friends. 2 plus I into 3. Okay, so square root of z is equal to plus or minus 2 plus I into 3. This is the square root of the what? Given complex number. Square root of this is, in the end you should write square root of this is nothing but equal to plus or minus 2 plus I into 3. So these many steps are not required. I have written in detail. Why? So that you understand each and everything that we have done. So this is how we will get the answer, that is 2 plus I into 3. Clear? If any question comes with respect to square root, apply this formula. Here the most important thing is you have to know this formula, friends. Most important thing is you have to know this formula. Clear? Got it? You have to definitely know this formula. Okay, alright, let us move to the next question, friends. Let us move to the next question. Okay, they are asking, next question. Okay, very simple question. See here. Next question, what they are asking? Next question, what they are asking is, they are asking us to find the conjugate of complex number 3 plus 4i. Okay, the conjugate of complex number 3 plus 4i. So z is given to be 3 plus 4i. Z is given to be what? 3 plus 4i. Z is given to be 3 plus 4i. This is the second question. Solution. Okay, solution, see here, friends. So z is given to be 3 plus 4i. Okay, so suppose any complex number z is equal to a plus ib is given, its conjugate z bar will become what? Will become a, okay, minus ib. That means whatever the sign is there in front of the imaginary part, that is, if it is plus, it will become minus. If it is minus, it will become plus. Here what will this become? Z bar, here it will become 3 minus 4 times I. Okay, that is what we will get. Okay, this is the conjugate of the given complex number. This is the conjugate of the given complex number, friends. Okay. Next, they have given, next question, see here. They have given, see here, observe carefully, they have given, if z1 is equal to 2 comma minus I, z2 is equal to 6 comma 3. Third question, see here, let me write it. Third question, z1 is equal to, let me take up here, download. Okay, see, go through the short section. Okay, Papia Alaboina, I am not able to pronounce properly. Okay, go through the your name, go through the chats, I mean short section in our YouTube channel. There we have explained how to download these copies. Okay, you will understand how to download this. Okay, soft copy. Now see here, z1 is given to be 2 comma minus 1 and z2 is given to be how much? Z2 is given to be 6 comma 3. They are asking us to find z1 minus z2. They are asking us to find z1 minus z2. Okay, so they have given it as an ordered pair. See, instead of giving it like, okay, a plus ib, the complex number they have given it an ordered pair of a comma b. See, this z can be represented as a plus ib, it can also be represented as ordered pair of a comma b. That is what they have given. Okay, here we have to find z1 minus z2. So what I can do? So let me write it in the form of an ordered pair only. What I can write this here? So when it comes to this one, okay, x coordinate, y coordinate, y coordinate. So 2 minus 6, okay, 2 minus 6, comma, minus 1, comma, minus 3. So what I'll get here? 2 minus 6 is minus 4, minus 1, minus 3 is, it is minus 4 again. So this is what I'll be getting it. Okay, z1 minus z2, this is the value I'll be getting. Okay, z1 minus z2, this is the value I'll be getting, minus 4, comma, minus 4. Okay, minus 4, comma, minus 4, this will be the answer to this question, friends. z1 minus z2 is minus 4, comma, minus 4. Clear, friends? This is the way you have to solve this. Hi, okay. Doubt, please focus on the class. Okay, minus 4, comma, minus 4. Next question that we are having, see here. What they are asking? Next question, observe carefully. So here, next question, see here, they are asking us to find the multiplicative inverse of 3 plus, it should be 4i, okay, 3 plus 4i, multiplicative inverse of 3 plus 4i, okay. So what they have given us? They have given us a complex number, that is a plus ib, z is given out to be how much? Z is given out to be, see here, z they have given it to be 3 plus 4i. They are asking us to find multiplicative inverse. So for a complex number z, its multiplicative inverse is nothing but z inverse, or I can write it as 1 by z. Okay, it is always given by, okay, it is always given by a by a square plus b square, okay, a by a square plus b square minus b by, okay, I times b by a square plus b square, for which if a complex number z is given to be, okay, z is a plus ib, its multiplicative inverse is given by a by a square plus b square minus I into b by a square plus b square, okay, minus I into b by a square plus b square. This is the what? This is the what? Multiplicative inverse. Please don't get confused with multiplicative inverse and conjugate. Conjugate is different. Whatever is in front of the imaginary part, you will change that sign. If it is plus, it will become minus. If it is minus, it will become plus. But multiplicative inverse means it is reciprocal of the given complex number, that is z inverse. Z, for that multiplicative inverse is z inverse, that is 1 by z, that is a by a square plus b square minus 1 minus I into b by a square plus b square. So for this question, here a is what? A is 3, here b is what? 4. So z inverse or 1 by z is given by what? A by a square plus b square. A is what, dear friends? 3. 3 by 3 square plus b square is what? 4 square. Okay, minus I into b is what here? 4 by 3 square plus 4 square. That is what we have. Now this will become what? 3 by 3 square is what? 9. 4 square is what? 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. Minus I into 4 by, again this will also be 25. So z inverse, that is equal to 1 by z is equal to 3 by 25 minus I into 4 by 25. Okay, minus I into 4 by 25, that is what we will get. Okay, this is the multiplicative inverse of this given complex number. This can also be written as an ordered pair of 3 by 25 comma minus 4 by 25 in the form of ordered pair. Clear? This is how you have to solve this question when it comes to multiplicative inverse. Clear? Let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question, friends. Very important question, mark it as important. So here, look at this. If z is equal to cos theta comma sin theta, ordered pair of a complex number is given, cos theta comma sin theta, find z minus 1 by z. 1 by z is what? Z inverse, that is nothing but what? Multiplicative inverse. So see here, so first let us take up the question. See, we are covering all the important questions that are required for your examination, including the concept. So they have given z to be what? Sin theta cos theta or cos theta sin theta? Cos theta sin theta. That is very important to write it in proper order. Okay, ordered pair of cos theta comma sin theta. Okay, so this can be written as what? Okay, this is the question. Okay, we have to find what? Z minus 1 by z. We have to find this value. Okay, so solution. Z is given to be what? Cos theta comma sin theta. This can be written as what, friends? Cos theta plus I sin theta. I sin theta, I can write it. Okay, for this I have to write what? I have to write 1 by z. 1 by z is nothing but what, friends? 1 by z means it is nothing but multiplicative inverse of z. So 1 by z is nothing but z inverse, that is nothing but equal to what? What? That is nothing but here a, this is b. See, this is a, this is b. Okay, this can be written as what? It is given by, let me write the formula, a by a square plus b square minus I into b by a square plus b square. So this will become what? A is what here? Cos theta by cos square theta plus sin square theta, a square plus b square, correct na? Minus I into b is what here? Sin theta by, what is this we are having? Cos square theta plus sin square theta, that is a square plus b square. We know that cos square theta plus sin square theta, the value is what, friends? It is 1. So this would become what? So z inverse or 1 by z will become equal to what? Cos theta minus I sin theta. Cos theta minus I sin theta. Now they are asking us to find z minus 1 by z. Now z minus 1 by z will be equal to what? Z is what, friends? Cos theta plus I sin theta minus 1 by z. Okay, minus 1 by z. So let me write it like this. This will become what? Cos theta minus I sin theta, cos theta minus I sin theta. Now let me open the brackets. Let me multiply with minus sign. What I will be getting? Cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, minus cos theta. This will be minus into minus will be plus I sin theta. Correct. So see here, plus cos minus cos I can cancel. So I sin theta plus I sin theta will be 2 times I sin theta. So I will be having what? The value will be 2 times I sin theta. 2 times I sin theta. So this in the form of complex number, that is a plus ib form. I can write it as what? 0 plus, okay, what I can write it? I into 2 sin theta. Okay, in the form of a plus ib form I have written. Here b is 2 sin theta, a is 0. Okay, in the form of ordered pair I can write as 0 comma 2 sin theta. What is this? This is z minus 1 by z. In the end you can write it as, therefore we are having z minus 1 by z is equal to, as an ordered pair, 0 comma 2 sin theta you can write it. Okay, 0 comma 2 sin theta you can write it. Clear? Got it? 0 comma 2 sin theta you can write it. Got it? See, the channel name is NEET, but we are providing classes not just for NEET, even for EAP set, MPC, okay, JEE, okay, mains and advanced, EAP set, BIPC, everything. Even foundation we are providing. Okay, the institute name and the channel name is NEET. That's all. Other than that, everything we are providing. Clear? Okay, focus on the class. I hope you are clear. I have cleared your question. Next question is, they are asking multiplicative inverse. Okay, so multiplicative inverse, we have already done multiplicative inverse based question. So let us move to the next question, friends. See here. Okay, see this question we already solved. See here, multiplicative inverse, these questions we have done already. So I will leave this question. So let us focus on this question. Write the following complex numbers in the form of a plus ib. Okay, we have to write it in the form of a plus ib. First question what they have given is 2 plus 3a, 2 minus 3a, and another one is 3 into 3 plus 4a. Okay, let us take up this question, friends. So see here, observe carefully. Okay, got it. Let us do the partition. Okay, partition is done. I hope, Rawatla, I have done the clarification for your question. The first question that is given is, we have to write it in a plus ib form, correct? We have to write it in a plus ib form. We have to write it in a plus ib form. We have to write it in a plus ib form. So question that we are having is 2 minus 3i into, what is that? 3 plus 4i. This is what we are having. 2 minus 3y into 3 plus 4i. This is the question. What about the second question? Okay, let us solve this question first. So first what we will do? It is given solution. Solution, see here, z is equal to, we will write it as 2 minus 3i into 3 plus 4i. Just normal multiplication you do. 2 into this thing minus 3i into this thing. So what I will write in the next step? 2 into this one. Okay, then 3 into this one, 3i into this one. So this will become what? 2 into 3 plus 4i. Correct? Next, here minus sign is there. So please be careful. Minus 3i into 3 plus 4i. Okay, this what I can write? 2 into 3 is 6. 2 4 is 8, 8 times I. Okay, this will become what? Minus 3 into 3 is 9, 9i. Okay, minus into plus is what? Minus into plus is minus. Okay, this is what? 3 4s are 12. What about this? I into I is I square. I square but you must know I square value is what? Minus I. Okay, I square value is what? Minus 1, sorry, I square value is what? Minus 1. So here what I can write? 6 plus 8i. 8i minus 9i is just, what is it? 8i minus 9i is just minus I. Okay, what about this? Minus 12 into I square is what? Minus 1, I will write it. Therefore, here I have to write the reason. Okay, I square is equal to minus 1. Okay, I square is equal to minus 1. 6 minus I, minus into minus is plus, was what? Minus into minus is plus. So, this will become 12. So, 12 plus 6 is what? 18 minus I. Okay, 18 minus I. So, this Z can be written as what? 18, okay, plus I into, what is this? Minus 1. Okay, that is of the form A plus IB. Okay, that is of the form A plus IB, where, okay, where A is what, friends? Where A is 18 and B is what? B is equal to minus 1. B is equal to minus 1. That is what we got. Okay, B is equal to minus 1. Clear? This is how we can represent this, friends. See, just see, go and type hi. Okay, go and type hi. Our team will call you and definitely material will be provided. Just wait for few hours, you will definitely get the material, don't worry. Okay, otherwise you can contact on our institute number. I will drop the institute number also. Let me drop the institute number. Okay, please call on this number, they will guide you how to get the material. Clear? Okay, this is what we will have for this question. So, next question, what is it we are having next question? So, 1 plus 2i cube. Okay, they are giving, the question is given as what? So, see here, the question that is given is 1 plus 2i whole cube. 1 plus 2i whole cube. Here also we have to represent it in the form of a plus ib. So, here what is given solutions? Here what we have to do? Z is given to be 1 plus 2i whole cube. Okay, here what you have to do, just apply a plus b whole cube formula. So, that will become what, friends? So, Z will be equal to 1 cube plus 2i whole cube plus, what is this we are having? 3ab into a plus b, correct na? 3ab, that is 3 into 1 into 2i, okay, into a plus b is 1 plus 2i. This is what we will have, correct na? That is a cube plus b cube into 3ab plus 3ab into a plus b we are writing. So, 1 cube will become 1, 2i cube. So, 2i cube means 2 cube is 8, I cube is what? I square is minus 1, minus 1 into I is minus I. So, we will have what? 8 into what we will have? Minus I. I will write it here only, directly let me write it, 1 plus this is 2 cube is what? 8, okay, this is 8. I cube is here, I will write it here, I will write it here in the rough space. I cube can be written as I square into I, correct now? I square is what, friends? I square is minus 1 into I. So, I cube is minus 1 into I is minus I. So, I cube the value is what? I cube the value is minus I. So, here 1 minus 8i, because I cube is minus I into 8 is what? Minus 8i. So, this will become like this, minus 8i. 3 into 2 is 6i, 6i into 1 plus 2i. I can write it like this. So, this will become what? 1 minus 8i, okay, plus 6 into 1 is 6i. Okay, 6i into 1 is 6i. Next we are having what? 6 2s are 12. Okay, 12 into I is I square. Now this will become 1 minus 8i plus 6i. This will become what? Minus 2i. Okay, what about this? 12 into I square is minus 1. Therefore, I should write what? I square is equal to minus 1. This is the reason. So 12 into minus 1, I will write it because I square is minus 1. So this will become what? 1, okay, minus 2i, okay, minus 12. Minus 12, I will have 12 into minus 1 is minus 12. So, finally, I will have what? Minus 11 minus 2i. So, this can be written as what, friends? Minus 11, okay, plus I can write it as I into minus 2. So, Z I can write it like this. This is nothing but A plus IB form, okay. This is nothing but what, friends? A plus IB form, correct. This is nothing but what? A plus IB form, where A is what? A is minus 11 and B is minus 2. That's it. This is how we can solve this question, friends. I hope you got it. I hope it is clear to all of you. So, let us move to the next question, friends. So, the next question that they are asking is the conjugate of the complex number. Okay. Let us look at the ninth question. Let us look at the 9th question. I think the session will go on up till 6. Okay, so please stay patient. So up till I think 5:30 the session will go on. Just a minute. Okay. So there was some interruption. Okay. Let us continue. All right, friends. Let us continue. Do share with all of your friends so that it will be useful for them as well. So let us have a look at the 9th question. So this is the question that we solved. So this is one. So conjugate of the complex number we have already done. First you multiply, bring it to a plus ib form, and then we have to find the multiplicative inverse. So here, I mean multiplicative inverse you have to find it, conjugate or whatever. So see here, so for anything, what is that, conjugate or multiplicative inverse, you have to bring it to a plus ib form. So here you will multiply and you will get it in the form of a plus ib form, and then you will do it. Now look at this question. So they have asked, okay, 5i by 7 plus I. Okay, we have to write the conjugate of that complex number. Okay, we have to write what, conjugate of that complex number. Okay, 5i, the question given is what, friends? The question that is given is, let us take up this question. So the question that is given is, so see here, so the question that is given is, observe carefully, they have given z is equal to, question, that is z is equal to 5i by, what is it, 7 plus I. 5i by 7 plus I is given. They are asking us to find what? They are asking us to find, okay, they are asking us to find conjugate of this complex number. They are asking us to find z bar. Okay, solution. First we have to write what the given complex number is. Z is equal to 5i by 7 plus I. Is it of a plus ib form? No, we have to bring it to a plus ib form. So what we will do? So we will multiply the denominator. Okay, we will multiply with the denominator, that is conjugate of the denominator we will multiply with numerator and also denominator. Conjugate of this is what? 7 plus I conjugate is 7 minus I. So this will become what? This I can write it as 5i by 7 plus I multiply with conjugate of denominator, that is 7 minus I. Whenever you get like this, multiply with the conjugate, this will become what? Minus 7 minus I. Okay, 7 minus I. So 5 by 7 plus I multiply with 7 minus I by 7 minus I. So what I will get here? So this will be equal to what, friends? 5 into 7 is 35i, okay, minus 5 into I into I is I square. So this will become what? Minus into minus, this will become plus. Okay, 35i, this will become minus into minus, I square will become what? I into I is I square. So minus I square, this will become what? Plus. Correct na? I into I is I square. So 5i into I is minus 5i square. Okay, but I square is minus 1. So this will become what? Minus into minus plus, this will become 5. This will become what? A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. This will become what? 7 square minus I square. So this will become what? I can write it as 5 plus 35i divided by 7 square is what, friends? 49 minus I square is, I can write it as minus 1. So this will become what? 5 plus 35i divided by what I am having? 49 minus of minus is plus 1. So this will become what? 5 plus 35i divided by 50. Divided by 50. Now what I will do? This I can bring it to a plus ib form, correct? This I can bring it to a plus ib form. So I can write it as what? Z is equal to, I can write it as 5 by 50 plus 35 I by 50. Now definitely I can cancel by 5. This is 5 ones are 5 tens are. Okay. So what I can do? This is 5 tens are 5 sevens are. So I got it as what? Okay, 1 by 10 plus I into 7 by 10. So I got the complex number in the form of a plus ib form. So Z is equal to a plus ib, that is nothing but equal to what? 1 by 10 plus I into 7 by 10. This is what I got. What is that? Conjugate of this complex number will be of the form a minus ib, that is nothing but what, 1 by 10 minus I into 7 by 10. This is the final answer, that is the conjugate of this complex number. This is the conjugate of the given complex number. Clear? This is how we will solve this question. Clear? That is how you have to write it. Okay, these steps are important so that you don't go wrong. Okay. So first you have to bring it to a plus ib form. That is the work that is required in this question. Writing the conjugate is very simple. Just saying the sign in front of the imaginary part only. Clear? Okay. All right. Let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question, friends. So see here. Okay. Have a look at this question, friends. They are telling if z1 is equal to minus 1 and z2 is equal to again minus 1. I think z1 is equal to minus 1 and z2 is equal to minus 1. If z1 is equal to minus 1 and z2 is equal to minus 1, find argument of z1, z2. Find argument of z1 and z2. This is what they are telling. Okay. Find argument of z1 and z2. Okay. Find argument of z1 and z2. This is what they are telling, friends. Find argument of z1 and z2. Okay. Now this is what they are telling. So see here. So this is the question. Let us take up this question. So see here. So let us do the partition. So here I have to tell you some concepts. So first, what they have given question. They have given the question. What they have given. See here. Observe carefully. Question that is given is z1 is equal to minus 1 and z2 is equal to again minus 1, and they are telling find argument of z1 z2. Okay, argument of z1 z2. Okay, argument of z1 z2. This is what they are telling, friends. So before going to this question, okay, I will tell you some concept that is required for this question. So see here, what I can do is see argument of, if they give argument of z1 z2, okay, it is nothing but equal to argument of z1 plus argument of z2. This what is the thing you have to know. Okay, if they give argument of z1 by z2, it is nothing but equal to argument of z1 minus argument of z2. This is one thing you must know. If they give argument of, okay, z to the power of n, it is nothing but equal to n times argument of z, n times argument of z. If they give, okay, argument of z bar, that is conjugate, that is nothing but equal to minus times argument of, okay, the given complex number, that is z. Make a note of it. This is important. Okay. Now what they have given, z1 is equal to minus 1, correct? z1 is equal to minus 1. Now see here, they have given solution. I am writing the solution here. Clear? What I told is just the concept of argument related things. Okay. Now solution, they have given z1 is equal to what? Minus 1. z1 is given to be what? Okay, yeah. So z1 is equal to what? Minus 1, and z2 is equal to what? Minus 1. Okay. So first of all, I'd like to say that this is a very important question. So I'll ask you to think for 5 minutes and come up with the answer. Okay. Then I'll come back and solve this. Okay. Let us take a break for 5 minutes. Please try to solve this question by yourself. Let us take a break for 5 minutes. I'll be back. All right friends, welcome back. Okay, let us resume from where we left off. So this was the question which we were solving. Okay, I got a comment that sir math CBSE hard paper aaya. Yeah, that's what we observed. Okay, so every year when it comes to CBSE exam, they are making it hard. Hard in the sense what they are doing is they are trying to give, I mean they are giving conceptual questions, that is application based questions. That is whatever the chapters you know, based on that they are giving application based question, that is case study based questions. For that case study based question, what you have to do is you have to identify the case study is based on which chapter. Then half of your job is done. Then you will be easily able to decipher the case study and you use the concept related to that chapter and you will get the answer. Okay, coming to that paper. Okay, when time permits, we will solve that paper also, that CBSE maths paper. Okay, and will help you how to navigate through such papers, because when it comes to CBSE, just by doing your NCERT it isn't sufficient. You should be able to do certain reference books. Okay, certain reference book which you already might be knowing, that you have to practice. Apart from after each and every chapter that is done in NCERT, you have to go to those reference books and solve those questions. That ample practice is very much required for you to solve those what application based question, friends. Anyways, let us come back to this. Let us come back to this now. What is the question that we are solving? Okay, this one. So Z1. So see here. So Z1 we have what? Z1 is equal to minus 1. Z1 is equal to minus 1. So we know that this Z can be written as what? Z can be written as, okay, this Z can be written as cos theta plus I sin theta. In the argand plane we can write it like this. Now here Z1 is equal to minus 1 means you have to observe, see here, this is the plane, this is the plane. If this is a minus 1 means, okay, so this is what? Minus 1. Z1 is minus 1 means this will become x axis, the value of x is what? Minus 1. So here x axis minus 1 means this side, so this will be our 180 degree. This will be our 180 degree anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means what? It is positive. Anti-clockwise means what? It is positive. So Z1 means it is representing pi. Okay. If you talk about Z2, Z2 is also minus 1. Here Z2 is talking about, okay, negative y axis. Z2 is talking about negative y axis. So from here itself, okay, so negative y. So if I start from here, minus 1 will be here, 1 will be what? Minus 1 will be here. So if I have to come where? If I use this color, I will be coming here. I will be coming here, minus 1. So minus 1, if I am coming here, this side means this will become what? This will become what? This is anti-clockwise, this will be negative. This will be negative. So this will give me what? This will give me, what is this? This angle is what? 90 degree. This will be minus pi by 2. Okay. Why this is? See, this angle is what? Straight angle, that is 180 degree, and you are coming anti-clockwise. So the angle will be pi and it is positive pi, because why? This is anti-clockwise. Angle always measured anti-clockwise is taken as positive. Basics of angles and measurement. And when it comes to clockwise, here you are going clockwise, this is y axis, clockwise minus 1 will be here. So you will be taking what? Clockwise means it is what? Negative. So this will become what? This angle is pi by 2, that is 90 degree, but it is minus 90 degree because we are taking it as clockwise. So we are having Z2 as what? This will represent pi by 2. So here what I can write, friends? Here I can write Z1 as, see here, let me write it. Here I can write Z1 as what, friends? See here. Here Z1 can be written as, okay, Z1 can be written as minus 1 plus I into 0. So that can be written as what? Minus 1 is nothing but equal to what? Cos pi. Cos of odd pi is minus 1. Cos of even pi is plus 1. Sin of any pi is 0. So this will be equal to what? Plus I sin pi. Correct. This is what I am having. Now Z1 actually will give me equal to what? Z1 actually will give me what? I will get it cos pi plus I sin pi. This is nothing but Z1 will give me equal to what? I will get it as pi. Argument of Z1 will be equal to what? Argument of Z1 will be equal to, I will get it as what? Z1, argument of Z1 will be equal to what? Pi. Now Z2, look at Z2. Z2 is what I am having? Okay, I am having, this will be equal to what? Okay, this will be equal to 0, okay, plus I into minus 1. 0 plus I into minus 1, correct? 0 plus I into minus 1 I am having. 0 plus I into minus 1 I am having, correct? So what I can write this? So 0 means what? So I got the value of what for theta here? Pi by 2. So I can write this as what? Cos of minus pi by 2, okay, plus I into, what is this I am having? Sin of, I can write this as what? Sin of minus pi by 2. Sin of minus pi by 2. So see here, sin of minus pi by 2, this is what I am having. cos of minus pi by 2 plus I sin minus pi by 2. Okay, so sin of minus pi by 2 is minus sin pi by 2. Cos of minus pi by 2 is what? Cos pi by 2, because minus sign will be absorbed by cos. Okay, cos of minus theta is cos theta only. Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. That's this basics you know. Okay, so Z2, argument of Z2, I'll get it as what, friends? Argument of Z2 will be equal to minus pi by 2. Now they are asking us what? Argument of, okay, Z1, Z2, that is nothing but equal to what? See here, argument of Z1, Z2 is argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2. So that will be equal to what? Argument of Z1 plus argument of Z2. Clear? So that will be equal to what? Z1 is what, friends? Argument of Z1 is pi. Argument of Z2 is what? Okay, plus minus pi by 2. So pi minus pi by 2 will have. So the answer will be what? The answer will be pi by 2. So argument of Z1, Z2 is equal to what? Pi by 2. This is the final answer, friends. Very simple question. Looking at it, no need to get panic. Okay, very simple question. So we got to solve this question, friends. So we have to solve this question. Got it? So we have to solve this question. Okay, one more question of this type. One more question of this type, let us take. The question of this type we will take, see here. So this one, see here, Z1, look at this question. Observe this question, friends. Z1 is given to be, so see here, Z1 is given to be minus 1 and Z2 is given to be 1. Okay, Z2 is given to be 1. Okay, Z1 is going to be minus 1 and Z2 is going to be 1. They are asking us to find argument Z1, Z2. Okay, argument Z1, Z2. Correct now? Argument Z1, Z2. Now see here, let us take up this question. Z1 is given to be minus 1, Z2 is 1. We have to find argument Z1, Z2. Correct? This is what we have to find. Okay, this is the question. So see here, solution. Observe carefully, friends. So Z1 is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 means I told you. So if I talk about this plane, okay, if it is minus 1, this will go like this. So minus 1 in the x-axis will come like this. So I can write this as what? I can write this as minus 1 plus I into 0. Correct? Minus 1 plus I into 0 I can write it. Okay, Z1 can be written like that. So minus 1 plus I into 0. So if I go like this anti-clockwise, this will be, angle will be pi, that is 180. Anti-clockwise means this will be positive. So I will have what? So Z1 I will have it as what? Argument of Z1 I will have it as pi. Okay, this I can write it as what? This I can write it as, so Z1 is equal to what I can write it? Cos pi plus I sin pi. Cos pi is what? Pi is what here? Odd. Correct na? Cos of 1 pi, that is odd pi. Cos of odd pi is what? Minus 1. Sin pi is 0. Sin of any pi is 0. So I will have argument of Z1 will be equal to what? Will be equal to pi. Okay, now look at this 1. Z2 is 1. No, Z2 is 1 means that is positive direction of y axis. So that means we have to go like this. This will be what? 90 degree anti-clockwise. So what will happen? Z2, argument of Z2 will be equal to what? Pi by 2. Will have what? Pi by 2. Okay, it will be equal to what? Pi by 2. So Z2 can be written as what, friends? Z2 can be written as 0 plus I into 1. 0 plus I into 1. Okay, so this can be written as what? Z2 can be written as, okay, cos pi by 2 plus I sin pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1. So argument of Z2, okay, argument of Z2 will be equal to what, friends? Argument of Z2 will be equal to pi by 2. Now they are asking us what? They are asking us to find argument of Z1 by Z2, which is nothing but equal to what? Argument of Z minus argument of Z2. Okay, I told you in the previous question just how this comes. So argument of Z1 is what, friends? That is pi. This is argument of Z2 is pi by 2. So we will have the answer as what? Pi minus pi by 2. The answer is pi by 2. So this is the final answer, friends. So this is the final answer that we will get. This is the final answer that we would be getting. Clear? So we have solved all the types of questions pertaining to the chapter of complex numbers. Clear, friends? Let us move to the next chapter. Okay, so when it comes to complex numbers, what are the things that are important? Conjugate, okay, multiplicative inverse, and you should know the multiplication. Okay, I square, I cube, I square is minus 1, I cube is minus I, all these things. And when it comes to argand plane, you should know how to represent Z1, Z2, okay, argument of Z1, Z2, argument of Z1 by Z2, all these things you must be knowing. Clear, friends? Let us move to the next one. Then how to represent in the form of A plus IB, all these things you must be knowing. Clear, friends? Let us move to the next chapter. The next chapter that we have is De Moivre's theorem. Okay, we are having what? De Moivre's theorem. Look at the first question. Okay, they were asked in the previous year. Look at the first question. So now what we are solving, the chapter is what? De Moivre's theorem. let's take up the fresh page. So what is that we are having, friends? So the question that we are doing is from De Moivre's theorem. From this chapter we are solving the questions now. Okay. So complex number 2 questions, 2 VSAQs. Now see here De Moivre's theorem, friends. So first question they are telling simplify. Okay, simplify what? Simplify, they are telling cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4 divided by, okay, sin beta plus I cos beta to the power of 8, This is what they are telling. Okay, this is what they are telling. Now see here, this is what they are telling. Now solution. Now let us take up what is given. Given what is that they were given? What is it given? Okay, cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4 divided by what is that we are having? Sin beta plus I cos beta to the power of 8, Okay, see here we are having cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Okay, here we are having sin beta plus I cos beta. Okay, so we have to bring it to a form where we are having cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Here we have to bring it to a form cos beta plus I sin beta. We have to bring it to the standard form. Here the imaginary part is with sin, here the imaginary part is with cos. So let us make this imaginary part with sin. So for that what I can do, see here, observe your friend, very important step. This one is highly important step. See here, this one I am writing sin beta. Here nothing is there means I can write 1. Correct, this I can write it as 1. I am just illustrating how it comes. This 1 means I can write it as what? I can write it as minus I square. Okay, why? See here, let me write it here. So 1 means instead of 1 I can write minus of minus 1. Correct, minus of minus 1 is plus 1. This minus 1 I can write it as what? I square. So I can write it as what? Minus I square. So 1 is nothing but equal to minus I square. Correct, I am showing it here. Okay, for you to understand, 1 is nothing but equal to minus I square. So I will write it here. So this I can write it as what? Cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4 divided by, I can write it as, instead of 1 what I can write it? Minus I square. I will write it as what? Minus I square, okay, into sin beta plus I cos beta to the power of 8. I will write here therefore what I will write it? 1 is equal to minus I square. 1 is equal to minus I square. I will write it. 1 is equal to minus I square. I will write it. Okay. Now see here. Here I is there. Here also I is there. So I square is there. Here I is there. I can take what? I can take common. Okay. Definitely we can take I as common. If I take common, here what I am having? I to the power of 8 is also there. So what I will get? Cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4 divided by, if I take I common, this will become what? I to the power of 8 into this will become what? Minus I. Okay, this will be minus I sin beta plus cos beta. This is what I am having to the power of 8. I to the power of 8. So I to the power of 8 means what? I to the power of 4 to the power of 2. So I to the power of 4 is what? I to the power of 4 is 1. So here this I can write it as what, friends? Okay, cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4 divided by what I am having? I to the power of 8 means I to the power of 4 to the power of 2. So I can write it as cos beta minus I sin beta to the power of 8. Correct, this is what I can write it. I to the power of 4 is 1. Okay, so this will become what? This I can write it as cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4, okay, divided by, I can write it as cos beta minus I sin beta to the power of 8. See here I have to write the reason, therefore I to the power of 4 is equal to 1. So 1 to the power of square, that is 1 square is 1 itself. So this I to the power of 4 whole square, that is I power 8 will be eliminated. That is what we are having as 1. Now see here, this cos beta minus I sin beta to the power of 8, if I bring it to the numerator, what I will get? So see here, what I will do is, this implies I can write it as cos alpha plus I sin alpha to the power of 4, okay, into, I can write it as, what is what I am having? Cos beta minus I sin beta to the power of 8. If it comes up, it will become minus 8. See, if I am having 1 by a, if I take it up, it will become a to the power of minus 1. Or if I am having a by b, if I take it like this, it will become b by a to the power of minus 1. That is what I have done here. So if it comes up, the power of 8 will become minus 8, correct? The power of 8 will become minus 8, correct? So that is what I have done here. Now, so that is what I have done here. Now what will happen is, now I will apply De Moivre's theorem here. I will apply De Moivre's theorem. So now let us apply, let this be equation 1. Apply De Moivre's theorem. Apply De Moivre's theorem. Apply De Moivre's theorem. So let me write De Moivre's theorem. What does De Moivre's theorem say? If it is cos theta plus I sin theta to the power of n is given, this can be written as what? Cos n theta plus I sin n theta. Whatever is the power, that will come within the angle. So this will become what? Cos 4 alpha. This implies this will become cos 4 alpha. Okay, cos 4 alpha plus I sin 4 alpha into what is this? Okay, cos minus 8 beta minus I sin into sin minus 8 beta. This is what I will have. Cos of minus theta is cos theta only, sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So I will have what? I will have, okay, cos 4 alpha plus I sin 4 alpha into what is this? Cos of minus theta is cos theta only, cos of 8 beta, okay, minus into minus is plus I sin 8 beta. See, you don't have to write all these steps. I am writing it for your understanding, clear understanding, okay. So directly you can write it like this. So I will write cos and cos together and sin together if I write it. So this is what I am having. So what I will get here? Cos of 4 alpha plus I sin 4 alpha into cos of, what is that? 8 beta into sin of 4 beta, okay, sin of 8 beta, okay, sin of 8 beta I am having. Now in terms of cos, if I write it, okay, so I will have it as cos of, if I write real parts together, see, when I am having a plus ib, okay, into a, into what is that I am having? A plus ib into, okay, x plus iy. If I am having, I can write real parts together. So real parts, cos 4 alpha, this is cos 4 alpha plus cos 8 beta, this is what I will get, okay, I am writing this. Then imaginary part, I sin 4 alpha plus 8 beta. So this is the final answer, friends. That's it. That's it. This is it. Okay. So if you simplify this, we'll get it as cos of 4 alpha plus 8 beta into I sin 4 alpha plus 8 beta. That is, if I multiply, what I'll get it? Okay. Cos A cos B. Okay. Sin A cos B. If I get it, okay, I'll get it as cos of A plus B into sin of A plus B. This is what I'll get it. That is the formula I'll get it. Real parts, I'm writing it directly. Clear, friends? This is how you have to solve this question. Okay. You will get it in the form of cos of A plus B and sin of A plus B. Okay, that reverse I have applied. So what is in the RHS, we have written it to the LHS. So you used to apply the formula as what? LHS to RHS. Here we have applied what? RHS to LHS. So you will get this answer like this. Clear? Okay, got it. Let us move to the next question, friends. Let us move to the next question. So they are telling, if ABC are angles of a triangle such that x is equal to cis A, y is equal to cis B, and what is this? X is equal to cis A, then find the value of x, y, z. Then find the value of x, y, z. This is what they are telling. Now see here, observe this. They are telling, okay, second question of this chapter, De Moivre's theorem. They are telling triangle ABC, okay, such that x is equal to cis A, y is equal to cis B, y is equal to cis B, and z is equal to cis C. They are asking us to find what? X, y, z is equal to what they are asking. X, y, z is equal to what they are asking us to find the value of x, y, z. Now consider this. Now first of all, if I write solution, before solution you should know what is cis. If I write cis theta, I can write it as what? It is something but equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. Correct? Now they are telling in triangle ABC, okay, ABC are angles. Okay, ABC are angles. In triangle ABC, I can write it as what? A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree by angles and property. This is pi. I can write it as 1. Now we have what? X is equal to, they have given, what they have given? X is equal to cis A, okay, y is equal to cis B, and z is equal to what? Cis, what is that they have given? Cis C. Now they are asking us to find x, y, z. Now what we will do? We can write it as, now x, y, z will be equal to what, friends? Now x, y, z is nothing but equal to what? Cis A into cis B into cis C. So this can be written as what? Cis of A plus B plus C. Okay, so this will become equal to what? Cis of pi. Why? Because using 1. because a plus b plus c is nothing but equal to what? Pi, cis pi. So this will be equal to what? Cis pi means I can write this as what? I can write this as cos pi plus I sin pi. Cos pi plus I sin pi. This is what I will have, cos pi plus I sin pi. So xyz will be equal to cos pi plus I sin pi. Cos of odd pi is -1, sin pi is 0. So I will get it as what? So xyz will be equal to -1 plus I times 0. So I into 0 will have, okay. So that finally we will have xyz is equal to what? -1. That is the answer. In terms of complex numbers, I can write it means -1 plus I into 0. Otherwise, real part is only -1. So we will get the value of xyz as what, friends? We will get the value of xyz as -1. Clear? Okay. This is one question, very important question. We had to do it. Okay. Now the next question. Look at this. So see here, observe this question, friends. They are telling if x is equal to 6 theta, then they are asking us what? Find the value of x to the power of 6 plus 1 by x to the power of 6. Okay, if x is equal to 6 theta. So see here, observe this. They are telling what? If x is equal to 6 theta, they are asking us to find x to the power of 6 plus 1 by x to the power of 6. Solution. What they are telling? X is equal to 6 theta. Correct? X is equal to 6 theta. 6 theta can be written as what? Cos theta plus I sin theta, I can write it. Cos theta plus I sin theta, I can write it. 6 theta can be written like this. Correct na? Now x to the power of 6. X to the power of 6 means, okay, I can write this as what? Cos theta plus I sin theta to the power of 6. Okay, to the power of 6, because 6 theta means cos 6 theta to the power of 6. That is nothing but cos theta plus I sin theta to the power of 6. So by applying De Moivre's theorem, okay, by De Moivre's theorem, I can write this as what? De Moivre's theorem. I will write it as DMT. Okay, you don't write the short form. By De Moivre's theorem, I can write this as what? X to the power of 6 can be written as cos 6 theta plus I sin 6 theta. Okay, let this be equation 1. Okay, let this be equation 1. Now 1 by x to the power of 6 can be written as what? That is what? We have to find the multiplicative inverse of this. Okay, multiplicative inverse of this is nothing but what? Cos 6 theta minus I sin 6 theta. This is what we will get. Okay, this is 2. Now what I will get? Okay, I have to add 1 and 2, that is x plus 1 power x plus x to the power of 6 plus 1 by x to the power of 6. This is what I have to find out. Now x power 6 plus 1 by x to the power of 6 will be equal to, what is this? Okay, will be equal to what? X to the power of 6 is what? Cos 6 theta plus I sin 6 theta. Okay, plus what is this? Cos 6 theta minus I sin 6 theta. Why I am getting this? Therefore using 1 and 2. X to the power of 6 I got the value. 1 by x to the power of 6 I got the value. Using 1 and 2 I have to write the reason. Now see here, cos 6 theta plus cos 6 theta, that is 2 times I sin 6 theta minus I sin 6 theta. I can cancel this and this I can cancel. So I will be left with what? X to the power of 6 plus 1 by x to the power of 6. This will be equal to what, friends? This will be equal to 2 times cos 6 theta, okay, plus I into 0. 2 times cos 6 theta plus I into 0. So in the form of what? Real values, I can write this as x power 6 plus 1 by x power 6. Therefore can be written as 2 times cos 6 theta. That is the final answer, friends. That is the final answer, friends. Clear? This is how you have to solve this question. This is how you got to solve this question, friends. This is how you got to solve this question, friends. Okay. Let us move to some more questions. Okay. So this one, see here, they are telling us to find the value of 1 minus I to the power of 8. Find the value as 1 minus I to the power of 8. So let us take this question. find the value of 1 minus I to the power of 8. Okay. So let us take solution. Let us take this as what? Okay, what is given? 1 minus I to the power of 8, correct na? 1 minus I to the power of 8. Let us take 1 minus I to the power of 8, correct? 1 minus I to the power of 8. This is what is given. Now 1 minus I to the power of 8, this can be written as what? I can write it as 1 minus I. What I will do here is, I will divide and multiply by what? Root 2. Why? I will tell you. Here the most important step is divide and multiply by root 2. Divide and multiply by root 2. Okay, this entire thing to the power of 8. Okay, divide and multiply by root 2. So see here, I can write it like this. See, I'll write it like this. 1 minus I, okay, multiply by root 2 and divide by root 2. So this entire thing, okay, 1 minus I, this entire thing to the power of 8, and this entire thing to the power of 8, friends. So if I multiply by root 2, okay, what I will be having? So root 2, let me take it outside. This will become what? Root 2 to the power of 8. Okay, this will become what? 1 by root 2 minus I into 1 by root 2 to the power of 8, correct? To the power of 8. So root 2 to the power of 8 can be written as what? 2 to the power of 8 by 2, correct now? Because root 2 can be written as what? 2 to the power of 1 by 2 square root. Okay, cube root means 2 to the power of 1 by 3. Here it is square root. So 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2, you know that in terms of cos, I can write it as cos pi by 4. So this I can write it as what, friends? Cos pi by 4. So similarly sin is sin pi by 4. Correct? This is what I can write it. This is to the power of 8. Okay. Now 2 1s are 2 4s are, I can write this as 2 power 4 into cos pi by 4. Here I am having sin pi by 4. If I apply De Moivre's theorem, this 8 will come inside. Directly I am writing cos 8 pi by 4 minus I sin 8 pi by 4, correct? I sin 8 pi by 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Okay, 8 pi by 4 means 4 1s are 4 2s are. This is what? 4 1s are 4 2s are. So I am having cos 2 pi minus I sin 2 pi. I sin 2 pi. Okay, so this will be 16 into cos 2 pi. Cos of odd pi is minus 1, cos of even pi is plus 1, and sin of any pi is 0. So this will be equal to 1 minus I into 0. This is what I will have, I into 0. This is what I will have. So this will be equal to what? 16 minus I into 0. 0 into 16 is 0 only. Okay, I will be having 16 minus I into 0. 16 minus I into 0. So if I write only the real part, the answer will be equal to 16. This is the final answer, friends. So if I have to find the value of this, I will get the value as 16. Clear? This is how you have to solve these questions. So these are very important questions from De Moivre's theorem. We will solve one more. We will solve one more question from De Moivre's theorem. So see here, friends, they are telling, actually this should be omega square. 1 omega square are the cube roots of unity, then prove this, they are telling. Okay, they are asking us to prove this. Okay, let us take up this question. They have asked this multiple times, 2024, 2018, 2017, 2015. So let us take up this question. Let's do the partition. So what is the question? So let us take up the question, friends. They are asking us to prove that, the question is, prove that, okay, 1 by 2 plus omega, okay, plus 1 by 1 plus 2 omega is equal to, we have to prove that it is equal to 1 by 1 plus omega, we have to prove it. Okay. So solution, first we know that, okay, cube roots of unity, that is 1 plus omega square is equal to what? 0. Let us take this as 1. Okay, so 1 plus omega square, cube roots of unity, sum of this will be equal to 0. Now let us take LHS. LHS is given as what? 1 by 2 plus omega plus 1 by 1 plus 2 omega. Now this one, let us take LCM. LCM will be equal to what, friends? 2 plus omega into 1 plus 2 omega. So this will become what? This numerator will become 1 plus 2 omega. This will be, okay, what is this? 2 plus omega. Clear? Now what I will have, this implies I can write this as equal to 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 omega plus omega is 3 omega divided by, what is this I am having? 2 into 1 is 2 plus 2 into 2 is 4 omega. Correct? This will be, what is this I am having? Omega into omega is what? Omega into 1 is omega plus omega into 2 omega is 2 omega square. correct, 2 omega square I will be having. So, this I will be having as what, 3 into 1 plus omega divided by what I am having, 2 plus what is this, 4 omega plus omega is what friends, I can write this as 4 omega plus omega is nothing but equal to what, 5 omega plus 2 omega square, this is what I am having, this is what I am having, plus 2 omega square, this is what I am having friends, so plus 2 omega square, this is what I am having. Now, see here what I can do here. So, I can write this as what, I can write this as C, I can write this as 3 into 1 plus omega, here I am having 2 omega square, I am having 5 omega. 5 omega I can split it as what, 3 omega and 2 omega I can split it. So, this I can write it as what, okay, 2 plus, okay, 2 omega plus 2 omega square, here remaining is what, 3 omega, I will write it like this, okay. So, this one, observe this, focus on this, I can write this as 3 into 1 plus omega, here I can take 2 common, if I take 2 common this will become 2 into 1 plus omega square, okay, plus 3 into omega. We know that 1 plus omega square is what, it is 0 by using 1. So, in the next step I can write this as what, I can write this as, okay, I can write this as 3 into, see here, 3 into 1 plus omega divided by 2 into 0 plus 3 omega. Why? Therefore, using 1, friends, therefore using 1. Using 1 is what? 1 plus omega square, this is nothing but equal to 0. So, this I can write it as what? 3 into 1 plus omega divided by 2 into 0 is 0 plus 3 into omega is 3 omega, I can write it like this. So, 3 I can cancel, I will get it as what? 1 plus omega by omega, this is what I will get it. 1 plus omega by omega, this is what I will get it, okay. So, otherwise I can also write it as, 1 plus omega, I can see 1 plus omega can be written as what, if I bring 1 plus omega this side, this will be equal to what, minus omega square, 1 plus omega can be written as what, minus omega square divided by omega. Why? Because 1 plus omega can be written as equal to minus omega square, because if I bring it that side, omega square will become minus omega square. So, omega square will cancel, I will have what, omega and omega square will cancel, I will have only minus omega. I will have what, only minus omega. This is what I got from LHS. Okay, this is what I got. Did I get equal to RHS? No, as of now, no. So, let us take RHS now. RHS, let us take it. RHS, what I have, 1 by 1 plus omega. See, in certain questions, LHS you will get directly equal to RHS. Certain questions, you have to take the LHS, simplify it, and then take RHS, and then simplify it, and you have to put the values. Okay, now see here. Okay, now 1 is there. Okay, so instead of 1, what I can write, omega cube I can write it, because omega cube is equal to 1. So, this can be written as omega cube and 1 plus omega. So, let this be equation 2. You will write this as 2, I will write here using 2, I will write the reason. So, this one I can write it as what, 1 plus omega can be written as what, minus omega square, okay, minus omega square. Therefore, what I can do, therefore using 2, and I should write what, omega cube is equal to 1. See here, 1 can be written as omega cube. 1 plus omega is minus omega square, therefore using 2. So, this I can write it as what, omega square, omega cube, if I cancel, I will have minus omega, okay. Therefore, okay, I can write this as what, therefore I am having minus omega, here also minus omega, therefore LHS is equal to RHS, because they are all equal to what, minus omega, hence we have proved it. Clear friends? This is how you have to solve this question. Friends. Okay, LHS is equal to RHS, this will be equal to minus omega. Got it? This is how you have to solve this question. Okay, so LHS you will get it equal to minus omega, RHS you take it, you will get it equal to minus omega. That's it. Clear? Let us move to the next chapter, that is quadratic expressions or quadratic equations, whatever. Okay, so quadratic expression, let us move to the next chapter. All right. So, when it comes to De Moivre's theorem, so you have to know the value of 6 theta. So, based on that they are asking the question, I minus 1 minus I to the power of 8. So, there also you should do what? Some modification like root 2 multiply by root 2 and divide by root 2. So, you will get it as what? Cos pi by 4, sin pi by 4. Such questions are important. And cube roots of unity, they can ask questions from cube roots of unity. 1 plus omega square is equal to 0, omega cube is equal to 1. So, LHS is equal to RHS, that is prove kind of things, that is prove that such type of things they can ask, or they can ask the value. So, you should be careful. Okay. So, whatever we have done, that is more than sufficient for you to solve any question that is coming from De Moivre's theorem pertaining to VSAQs. Clear? let us move to the next question. Next chapter. Next chapter that we are having is quadratic expressions. So in the quadratic expression chapter, they are telling that if x square, this equation and this equation have a common root, okay, they are asking the value of a, then find the value of a they are asking. So let us go to the next chapter, that is quadratic expressions. Okay, I hope you are liking the session. So till now we have done what? Complex numbers and what? De Moivre's theorem. Next we are doing what? That is quadratic expressions. Next chapter, that is quadratic expressions. We are doing quadratic expression. Okay. So let us start with this chapter. So see here, the question that is given is, okay, if x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0, and what is it? They have given x square minus 3ax plus 35 is equal to 0, have a common root, have common root. Okay, find a, then find a. They are telling find a. This is the thing they are telling. Now let us start with this question. So they are telling they have a common root. So for one of the equation, let us find out the roots. So we will find out the roots for the equation that is not having any value of a. So let us take up this. Okay, solution. First write down given equations are, this is very important. Given equations are, okay, first is what we are having, okay, x square minus 6x plus 5 is equal to 0, let this be equation 1. Okay, second equation is what? X square minus 3ax plus 35 is equal to 0. This is, let this be equation 2. Okay, now let us solve equation 1, we will get the roots. Okay, so solve equation 1. Okay, solve equation 1. Okay, what we will do? X square minus 6x. 6x means the product is 5. So I can write this as what? I can write it as minus 5x. Okay, minus 5x minus x plus 5 is equal to 0. So this will be x into x minus 5 minus x minus, if I take it outside, minus into x minus 5. This is what I will have. So this will be what? X minus 5 into what is this I am having? X minus 1. Correct? This is what I am having. X minus 5 into x minus 1. Correct na? This is what I am having, x minus 5 into x minus 1, this will be equal to 0. X minus 5 into x minus 1, this is what I am having, this will be equal to 0. Now what I will have? X value will be equal to what? X value will be equal to 1, comma, x value will be equal to 5. Okay. Now, so there are two possibilities, x can be 1, x can be 5. So if I take, if x is equal to 1 is a common root, if x is equal to 1 is a common root, okay, then what will happen? Equation 2 becomes what? Equation 2 becomes what? Okay, equation 2 becomes x square minus 3ax, okay, plus 35 is equal to 0, where I have to put x is equal to what? X is equal to 1 I have to put. So this will become what? This will become equal to 1 square minus 3a into 1 plus 35 is equal to 0. So 1 square is what, friends? It is 1 itself. 3a plus 35 is equal to 0. So I will have what? Minus 3a plus 36 is equal to 0. Minus 3a minus 36 is equal to minus 36. Minus 3a is equal to minus 36. So minus minus will become plus. A will be equal to what? 36 by 3. So 3 ones are 3 12s are. So I will get the value of a as what? 12. This is one thing. But there are two values of x. If x is equal to 5 is a common root. Now we are having, if x is equal to 5 is a common root. If x is equal to 5 is a common root, what will happen? If x is equal to 5 is a common root, okay, equation 2 becomes what? Equation 2 becomes what? X square minus 3ax, okay, plus 35 is equal to 0. That means if it is a common root, this 5 should satisfy this equation. That means what? I have to put the value of x is equal to 5, that will become equal to 0. So this x is equal to 5 means it will become 5 square minus 3a into 5, okay, plus 35 will be equal to 0. 5 square is what, friends? 5 square is 25, 3 5 is 15a plus 35 would be equal to 0. So minus 15a plus 35 plus 25 is what? It is nothing but 60 is equal to 0. Minus 15a is equal to minus 60. So minus minus will become plus. So a will be equal to what? 60 by 15. So 15 ones are, 15 fours are. So a will be equal to 4. So we got two values of a. So therefore, we have to write it. Therefore, a is equal to 12 or 4. Two values of 4. A is equal to 12 or 4. So, we got what? Two values of A, that is A is equal to 4 or 12, whatever it is, you can write it. Okay, this is the way you have to solve this question, friends. This is the way you have to solve this question. Got it? Now, next question. I hope you are enjoying the class. I hope you are following whatever I am telling. Complex numbers, De Moivre's theorem, those who are joined now, if you have missed it, please watch it after the class. Now, you can continue with what? Quadratic expressions and also theory of equations. Okay. Okay, let us take up this third question. They are telling if alpha beta roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, find the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So, question they are asking 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta of equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay. Solution. Solution. Given, what is it given? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Now, sum of the roots. Sum of the roots. Sum of the roots is what? If alpha plus beta, that is alpha plus beta is equal to what? Minus b by a. We know this. We have studied in a 10th standard itself. Okay. Product of the roots. Product of roots is what, friends? That is nothing but equal to alpha beta is equal to c by a. Let this be 1 and let this be 2. Now, we have to find what? Now, we have to find 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So, if I take LCM, what I will have? Okay, LCM will be alpha beta. Here it will be beta plus alpha. That I can write it as what? Alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta. Now, alpha plus beta is what, friends? Minus b by a. Alpha into beta is what? C by a. C by a. Here I have to write what? Therefore, using 1 and 2. I should write the reason using 1 and 2. So, what will happen? A and A will cancel. I will have what? Minus b by c. So, 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta will be equal to what, friends? Minus b by c. 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta will be equal to what? Minus b by c. This is the answer, friends. Clear? Next question, let us see some nice question. Okay, so they are telling fifth question, look at this fifth question. Find the values of m for which the following equation have equal roots. Okay, equal roots means what? See, first of all, let us take up the question. So, x square minus 15 minus m into this thing. Okay, 2x minus 8 is 0. Okay, this is what they have given. Now, see here, let us take up the question. Let us better do the partition here for this question. Observe this, friends. They are telling the question that they are telling is we have to find m. Okay, find m if x square minus 15 minus what is this m into 2x minus 8 is equal to 0 has equal roots, as equal roots. So, first let me tell the concept. They are telling has equal roots, we have to find the value of m. So, if they are telling equal roots means, see, if they are telling equal roots means, let me tell you the concept. Discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac, okay, will be equal to 0. Okay, will be equal to what? Will be equal to 0. Discriminant b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0 if it is having equal roots. Let us do the solution. Okay, it is given what? Given, okay, x square minus 15. Let us write it neatly. See, x square minus 15 minus m into 2x minus 8 is equal to 0 as what? As equal roots. As equal roots. Okay, as equal roots. So, therefore, discriminant, that is b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0. Let us write this as 1. Now, I can take this equation. Now, I have what? X square minus 15. Okay, let me multiply m with this. Minus 2mx, okay, minus 8m is equal to 0. Let me rearrange this. Minus 2mx minus 2mx is equal to 0. So this implies I can write this as x square minus 2mx minus 8m minus 15 is equal to 0. Okay. Now comparing this with the standard equation, comparing this with, okay, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, we have what we have. Okay, if I compare this with this standard equation, we have a is equal to what here friends? A is equal to 1. Okay, b is equal to what? B is equal to minus 2m. Okay, and c is equal to what? Minus 8m minus 15. C is equal to this one. Now they are telling the equation, the given equation is what? The given equation, let us do it here. The given equation as equal roots, okay, as equal roots, no need to write it here. Okay, no need to write this here. As equal roots, therefore discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Okay, as per this, so b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Here b is what? Minus 2m. So this implies minus 2m whole square minus 4a. A is what friends here? A is nothing but 1. Okay, a is nothing but 1. Okay, c is what? Minus 8m minus 15 is equal to 0. Correct? This is what we are having. Minus 2m square means I can write it as what? 4m square. Okay, 4m square. If I am squaring this, 4 into 1 is 4. Okay, minus 8m minus 15. Let us multiply this. 4m square minus into minus is plus. 4 8 is 32m. Minus into minus is plus. 15 4 is 60. Now see here, we are having a quadratic equation in m now. Correct now? We are having a quadratic equation in m. So what I can do, this entire thing I can divide by 4. So if I divide by 4, I will have m square plus 4 8 is 32, 8m. Okay, 4 15 is 60 plus 15 is equal to 0. Plus 15 is equal to 0. So the product is 15 and sum is 8. So that is what? 3 5 is 15. I can do it. So this I can write it as what? M square. What I can do is 3m plus 5m plus 15 is equal to 0. So what I will have? M into m plus 3 plus 5 into m plus 3 is equal to 0. So I will be having m plus 3 into m plus 5 is equal to 0. So this gives me what? M is equal to minus 3 comma minus 5. So we will get two values of m. So we will get the value of m as, what is that? We will get the value of m as b square minus 4ac, correct? So 8m minus 15. Let me check. This is what? So if I multiply this minus m, this will become plus 8m, correct now? This will become plus 8m. Okay, this will become plus 8m means plus 8m minus 15. So plus 8m minus 15, if I multiply here, this will be plus 8m. So this will be minus 32. This will be minus 32m. This will again be minus. This will again be m square minus, what is this? Minus 8m. Okay, minus 8m. So I should write it as what? I should write this as, actually this will become what? This entire thing will become, so this entire thing will become what? M square minus 3m minus 5m plus 15 is equal to 0. So we will have it as what? M into m minus 3 minus 5 into m minus 3 is equal to 0. So we will have what? This implies m minus 3 into m minus 5 is equal to 0. We will have m is equal to what? M is equal to 3 comma 5. So m is equal to 3 comma 5 is the values of m, friends. So this is how we have to solve this question, 3 comma 5. Got it? Okay. Now let us move to the next chapter. Okay, let us move to the next chapter. So till now we have done what? Complex numbers, okay, De Moivre's theorem and quadratic expressions. Now we will move to very important chapter, that is theory of equations. Let us move to the next chapter, that is theory of equations. So when it comes to quadratic expressions, what they are asking? Two equations they are giving, they are telling they are having a common root, find the value of some constant like a, b, c or p, something like that. And next thing, they are giving the roots, they are asking you to what? Create the quadratic equation. What you will do? X square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, that you will apply. Then what they are telling? Okay, they are telling equal roots, discriminant will be equal to 0, again find the value of constant, same thing. Clear? Here you should be strong in solving the quadratic equation, that's it. Let's move to the next chapter, that is, what is that? Theory of equations. So theory of equations, see here, next chapter. theory of equations. So for today we will be doing theory of equations. After this, in the next part, tomorrow class we will be completing the next 4 chapters, that is VSAQs. So we are doing most of the VSAQs from all the first 4 chapters. Tomorrow remaining 4 chapters. Clear friends? Like this we will be doing it for 2B also. Okay, later we will be doing for 1A and also 1B. Clear? Now see here, when it comes to theory of equations, okay, first question that we have is, they are telling if question is, if 1, minus 2 and 3 are roots of equation, roots of the equation x cube minus 2x square plus ax plus b is equal to 0, then find A. They are asking us to find A. Okay, they are asking us to find the value of A. They are telling these are the roots. So solution. Okay, solution is what? Given equation, write it. Given equation is, always write down given equation is what? X cube minus 2x square, okay, plus ax plus b is equal to 0. Correct na? Ax plus b is equal to 0. They are asking us to find only A. They are not worried about b. Okay, so let alpha, beta, gamma is equal to what? 1, minus 2, 3 be the roots. That means what? When I write like this, alpha will be equal to 1, beta will be equal to minus 2, gamma will be equal to 3. This is what I am writing. Okay. Now they are telling that, okay, 1 is a root of this equation. Okay, 1 is a root of this polynomial. Since 1 is a root, what I can do? This is not b, this is actually 6. This is not b, this should be 6. Okay, that is one change you have to make. This is 6. Okay, so since alpha is equal to 1 is root of the equation, is root of equation 1, so what I can do? Alpha is equal to 1, so I can write it as polynomial. I can write this as p of x. I can write it like that, or I can write it as is root of the equation. Therefore what I can write? Therefore p of 1 will be equal to 0. So p of 1 means what? I can write this as, okay, p of 1 should be equal to 0. That means what? I can write this as 1 cube, okay, minus 2 into 1 square plus a into 1 plus 6 will be equal to 0, should be equal to 0, since 1 is the root. 1 cube is 1 itself, okay, 2 into 1 square is 2, okay, plus a plus 6 is equal to 0. So what I will get here 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 minus 2 is, see, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 minus 2 is 5. So 5 plus a is equal to 0. This implies a is equal to minus 5. We'll get it. No need to worry about any other roots. Even if you can put minus 2 also, p of 2, p of minus 2 will also be equal to 0, p of 3 will also be equal to 0. Why? Because they are the roots of the given equation. Okay, very simple. So we'll get a is equal to what? Minus 5. Okay, next question. Alright, next question. Let me have a sip of water. Okay, all right. Let us continue, friends. So see here, we are having next question. Let us do the fourth question. So this is important. Okay, the fourth question. They are telling if 1, 1, alpha are the roots of the given equation, then find alpha. They are telling. Find the value of alpha, they are telling. Okay, so let us take up this question. So see here, observe. They are telling what? The question is, if 1, 1 and alpha are roots of x cube minus, what is this, x cube minus 6x square plus 9x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, then they are asking us to find alpha. Find alpha, that time. Then they are asking us to find alpha. Okay, before this question, let me tell you a concept. So see here, observe carefully. If you are having something like polynomial like ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. Okay, quadratic you know, but for cubic, let me tell you. Okay, sum of the roots, that is, okay, sum of the roots, that is alpha plus beta plus gamma is given by what? Is given by minus b by a. Okay, so sum of the roots, that is product of the roots taken 2 at a time, that is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus what is this? Alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha will be equal to c by a. Okay, will be equal to c by a. Next, product of all the roots, that is alpha beta gamma will be equal to d by a. This will be minus d by a. So first will be what? Minus plus minus. First will be what? B by a. B by a. This will be with minus. This will be what? C by a. This will be with plus. This will be what? Minus d by a. Okay, this is how you have to solve it. Clear? Now let us solve this question. Okay, solve. Solution. See here. Given equation is. Okay, what is that? P of x is equal to what I can write it? X cube minus 6x square plus 9x minus 4 is equal to 0. And roots. What I can write the roots as? Alpha, beta, gamma is given to be equal to what I can write? Alpha, I can write it as alpha itself, alpha 1, comma 1. Okay, we have to find the value of alpha here. So here, directly let me take product of the roots. Okay, now first let me write, okay, on comparing with standard equation, on comparing, let this be equation 1, on comparing, okay, on comparing equation 1 with, okay, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. What will have? A is what? What is the value of a here, friends? The value of a is 1. Okay, what is the value of b here, friends? Value of b is minus 6. What is the value of c here, friends? C is 9 and d is what? Minus 4. Now product of the roots. That is what, friends? Alpha, beta, gamma is given by what? Product of the roots. See here, product of the roots is minus d by a. So alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha is what? Alpha only. Beta and gamma is what? 1 into 1. Gamma is also 1. So d by a, minus d by a. So d is what? Minus 4. Minus of minus 4 by a. A is what, friends? A is 1. So alpha into 1 is alpha. Minus into minus is plus. This will be plus 4. So therefore we got the value of alpha as what? Plus 4. Clear? We got the value of alpha as what? Plus 4. This way you have to solve this question, friends. This is the way you have to solve this question. Next question. They are telling, look at this. If the product of the roots of the equation 4x cube plus 16x square minus 9x minus a is equal to 0 is 9, then find the value of a. So they are asking us to find the value of a. So I will do it directly here. See here. Okay. So same thing, same template we have to follow. See here. They were given what? They were given the equation as what? The given equation. Okay. Let me take the given equation. Okay. Given equation is I am writing directly solution. Given equation is what? Given equation is 4x cube, okay, plus 16x square minus 9x minus a is equal to 0. They are telling product of roots. They have given what? Product of roots. Product of roots is what? Is given to be equal to 9. Okay. Then they are asking us to find a. Then find a, they are telling. Okay. This is question. Okay. This is solution. So see here. Now let us compare this equation 1. Okay, let us compare this equation. Compare equation 1 with what? Our standard equation. What is it? On comparing equation 1 with what is that? Ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. What do we have? We have, okay, a is equal to what, friends? A is equal to what? A is equal to 4. B is equal to what? B is equal to 16. C is equal to what? Minus 9 and D is equal to what? It is minus A. This is what we have. Now they are told product of the roots. Product of the roots is what? Alpha, beta, gamma. So product of the roots is given to be what? Product of roots. Product of roots is given to be what, friends? Product of the roots is given to be what? Is given to be 9. So product of the roots is what? Alpha, beta, gamma is given to be what? Is given to be equal to what? Is given to be equal to 9. Okay, but alpha, beta, gamma, we know that this is nothing but equal to what? This is nothing but equal to minus d by a. Okay, alpha, beta, gamma is nothing but equal to minus d by a. So that is equal to 9. Okay, so minus d. So here d is what? D is what? A, minus a, correct now? So minus of minus a by actual value of a here is what? 4. So that will be equal to 9. So this implies minus into minus is plus. Okay, a will be equal to 9 into 4. So a is equal to what? 9 4 is 36. So we got the value of a as what, friends? A is equal to 36. So this is the way we have to solve this question. So this is the way we have to solve this question. Next one. So let us take up the next question. So see here, if I solve the 8th question, you will be able to solve 6th and 7th also. So let me take up 8th question. So let me take up 8th question, friends. So what they are telling is, here we have to find the equation, polynomial equation. What they are telling, observe here carefully, what they are telling is, find the polynomial equation whose roots are reciprocal of the roots of the given equation. Okay, find the polynomial equation whose roots are reciprocal of the roots of the given equation. So first of all, so let us take up the equation. What is it they have given? The equation that is given is, okay, they have given question. Question is what? Question is, the given equation is x power 4 minus 3x cube plus 7x square plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So we have to find in such a way that the given equation is, that we have to find an equation whose roots are reciprocal of the given equation. So given equation, solution, given equation is, we can write it as f of x. So f of x. So f of x is what? X power 4 minus 3x cube plus 7x square plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So when they say the given equation is like this, and they are telling we have to find an equation, okay, whose roots are reciprocal of this. Whose roots are reciprocal of this means the equation will also be reciprocal. So you have to find f of 1 by x. If they say the roots are negative of this, we have to find f of minus x. If they say the roots are twice of this means the given equation will be f of x by 2. Okay. So the given equation, see, if they say f of x is equal to f of, what is that? F of 2x. So f of x will be equal to what? F of x will become equal to f of x by 2. Okay, that is what we are telling. Okay, now see here. Now we have to find f of 1 by x. Now we have to find f of 1 by x. Correct? So that is what we have to find. So the equation, we have to find the equation in such a way that the equation whose roots are reciprocal of the above equation or the given equation. Of the given equation is, okay, is given by what? Is given by f of 1 by x. So wherever in equation x is there, I have to replace it by 1 by x. So this will become equal to what? 1 by x to the power of 4 minus 3 into 1 by x to the power of cube, whole cube. Okay, 7 into 1 by x to the power of square. Okay, plus 5 into 1 by x. So replace x by 1 by x, that's all. Okay, don't change the numerical values, is equal to 0. Okay, now this will become equal to what? 1 by x to the power of 4 minus 3 into 1 by x cube plus 7 by x square plus 5 by x minus 2 would be equal to 0. Clear? Now if I take the LCM, what I will have, friends? If I take the LCM, let me take it here. So x power 4, highest power will be the LCM. So I will have what? X power 4 will be the LCM. X power 4. So this will be equal to what? So if I take, this will be equal to what? This implies, this will have it as what f of 1 by x, this will be equal to what friends? I will have this as equal to what? Okay, this will be equal to 1 minus, if I cancel this, okay, x cube and x power 4, I will have x minus 3x, okay, this will be what? X square, so this will become plus 7x square, okay, 7x square, so x and x power 4, I will have x cube, so plus 5x cube, okay, here nothing, 1 into x power 4 means this will become x power 4 minus 2 into x power 4 will be equal to 0, so f of 1 by x, okay, x power 4, if I send it to that side, it will become 0, will be equal to what? Okay, if I write it in proper order, minus 2 to the power of, minus 2 into x to the power of 4 plus 5x cube plus 7x square minus 3x plus 1 will be equal to 0. Now let me eliminate this minus sign. So if I take minus sign outside, so this will become what? F of x is equal to, what is this? 2x square, 2x to the power of 4 minus 5x cube minus 7x square, okay, plus 3x minus 1 will be equal to 0. What I am doing is, I am just eliminating this minus sign, I am just multiplying with this minus sign, so I will get this as positive value. So the required equation is this one, see, 2x to the power of 4 minus 5x cube minus 7x square plus 3x minus 1. So let us check with the answer here, what is given. So that is what we got here, 2x to the power of 4 minus 5x cube minus 7x square plus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0, that is it. So this is how you have to solve this question friends, this is how you have to solve this question, got it? This is how you have to solve this question, got it? Clear? Okay, let us move to the next question. Let us move to the next question friends. So here we are having, so see here, look at the ninth question. Find the polynomial equation of the lowest degree with roots as 2 plus or minus root 3 and 1 plus or minus, what is this? 1 plus or minus 2i, that is 1 plus or minus 2i. Okay, let us take up this. Let us take up this question. Okay, we have to find the polynomial equation, form the polynomial equation for this. Okay, so take up this question. So this will be the last question I will be solving. Okay, this will be the last question I will be solving, or let us see what we can do. Either we can do one more question. So see here. So see here, what they are telling is, we have to form the polynomial equation. Okay, we have to form the polynomial equation. What they are given us is, okay, with roots are given as 2 plus or minus root 3. Okay, another one is 1 plus or minus 2i. Okay, 1 plus or minus 2i. Solution. So definitely by looking at this, see here, we are having 2 plus or minus 1 plus or minus, that means I can write it as what? This is 2 plus root 3, 2 minus root 3, 1 plus 2i, 1 minus 2i, that means there are 4 roots. So I can take this as alpha, I can take this as let alpha is equal to 2 plus root 3, okay, and beta is equal to 2 minus root 3. Similarly, what is that? Gamma is equal to, that gamma is equal to what? 1 plus 2i, and delta is equal to what? 1 minus 2i. Correct, this is what I have. Now what I can do, I am having alpha and beta, correct. So what I will do is, okay, what I will do is, so now what I will do is, let me consider alpha and beta. Now alpha plus beta is equal to what friends? Alpha plus beta is equal to 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. So what will happen? Plus root 3 minus root 3 cancel, I will have 4. Alpha plus beta is equal to 4. So this will be equation 1. Okay. Now alpha into beta is what friends? 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. Okay, that is a plus b into a minus b, that will be equal to what? That is 2 square minus root 3 square. So that will be equal to what friend? 2 square is 4 minus root 3 square is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So alpha into beta, I will get it as what? Equal to 1, that this be 2. Okay. Now similarly, if I take, okay, now if I take, what is that? Now if I take gamma plus delta is equal to what? Okay, 1 plus 2i plus 1 minus 2i. So what will happen? Plus 2i minus 2i will cancel, I will have 2. So gamma plus delta will be equal to what friends? Will be equal to 2, let this be 3. that this be 3. Now see, just like how we found out alpha beta, okay, we will find out now gamma delta. Gamma delta will be equal to what? Okay, 1 plus 2i into 1 minus 2i. So this is of what from a plus b into a minus b. So this will become a square minus b square 1 square minus 2i square. So 1 square is 1, 2i square is minus 4 into i square is what? Minus 1. So this will become 1 plus 4, that is equal to 5. So I will have what? Gamma delta will be equal to what? 5, that is, let this be 4. Okay, let this be 4, this will be equal to 5. Now what I will do is required polynomial equation. So it is what? Biquadratic. So required polynomial equation I can write it as what? Required polynomial equation is okay, I can write this as what? I can write this x square minus alpha plus beta, x plus alpha beta is one thing, into what I can write? X square minus gamma plus delta into x plus gamma delta. Okay, gamma delta. Now this implies I can write this as what? X square minus alpha plus beta is what? Alpha plus beta, what is the value I have? Alpha plus beta, what is the value I have? 4. So this will be x square minus 4x plus alpha beta, what is the value I got, friends? I got the value as 1. Okay, this is next thing. Now here x square minus gamma plus delta, what is the value I got? 2. Okay, so x square minus 2x, gamma into delta is what? 5 plus 5. So here I should write what? Therefore using 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is what I have done, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have to just multiply with each of these. So this implies x square into x square is x power 4. Okay, x square into 2x is minus 2x cube. Okay, plus 5x square. Now minus 4 into this, minus 4x cube, minus 4x cube, minus into minus is plus, 4 to the 8x square, minus into plus is minus, okay, 4 5 is 20x, okay, 20x. So 1 into this is same thing I have to write, plus x square minus 2x plus 5. Now consider x power 4, only one term is there, x power 4, write it as it is, x power 4, x cube minus 2x cube minus 4x cube is minus 6x cube. Okay, what about x square? 5x square plus 8x square plus x square. So 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 1 is 14. Okay, 14x square. What about x term? Where is the x term that we are having? Minus 20x minus 2x, that will be 22x. Okay, and we are having one term, that is plus 5 is equal to 0. Correct? So plus 5 is equal to 0. So we are having x power 4 minus 60x cube plus 14x square minus 22x plus 5 is equal to 0. Is the required polynomial equation. It's a required polynomial equation, friends. It's a required polynomial equation, friends. Clear? This is how we have to solve this question. Got it? It's the required polynomial equation. This is how you have to solve this question. Now one more question, last question. So ఇప్పటి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేస్తా 60 marks వస్తా, ప్లీజ్ రిప్లై. సి Samba Sivarao, definitely you can get. Okay, definitely you can get. Just focus on the classes and also the material that we are using. Okay, download the material, please practice that, and also go through our classes repeatedly. You will be able to get definitely above 60, but first focus on the LAQs. Okay, but first focus on the LAQs, that will make you reach up to 35 definitely. Then do SAQs, then come for VSAQs. Okay, clear? Got it? Samba Sivarao, focus. Definitely you can get it. Just that you have to practice more and be consistent with our classes. No need to panic. Okay, all right, let us move to the next question, friends. I think the last question for the day. Yeah, you subscribe, no problem. Okay, please go through the session, and if you have any doubts you can contact on this number. This is your institute number, any help we will provide you. Okay, you can contact on this number, Samba Siva, and we will provide you any doubt you have, you can contact us, we will help you. Now let us solve the next question. I think the last question we are having. P and C, that is permutation combination, we will be doing it tomorrow. So, see here, they are telling find the algebraic equation whose roots are 2 times the roots of the given equation. Okay. So, whose roots are 2 times the roots of this equation. Okay. 2 times the root means you should not take it as 2x. Okay. The roots are 2 times of this means you should take it as what? X by 2. Okay. You should take it as what? X by 2. 2 times the roots of this. Okay. 2 times the roots of this means the given equation will be x by 2 times of this. Okay. So, first take up the question. Let us take up the equation. What is the equation that is given? The equation that is given is, so solution, see here, f of x. So, see here, f of x is 2 times. Okay. So, we have to find f of, what is that? X by 2. We have to find f of x by 2. So, let us take up the question. So, question that is given is here, question that is given is what? Okay, given equation is what? X power 5 minus 2x power 4 plus, what is this? 3x cube. Okay, 3x cube minus 2x square plus 4x plus 3. 4x plus 3. Okay. 2b, yes, 2b also we have done, already we have done LAQs, SAQs, 2b also VSAQs we will be doing. Okay, Sambas here, don't worry. Okay. Now, see here, solution. So, first let f of x, whatever given, we have to take it as f of x, always. First take it as f of x. F of x is equal to x power 5 minus 2x power 4 plus 3x cube minus 2x square plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. They are telling the required equation has roots which is 2 times of this, which is 2 times of this means you should not take it as 2x, you should take it as f of x by 2, you should not take f of 2x, it should be f of x by 2. If it is 3 times, f of x by 3, if it is n times, f of x by n. F of x, if it is n times, what you will do, friends? You have to find f of x by n. F of x, if it is 2 times, the required equation you will find what? F of x by 2. F of x, if it is 3 times, you will find what? F of x by 3, just like that. So, f of x, if it is n times, f of x by n, n can be 1 by 2 times, n times, anything, okay, anything. So, f of x by n, here they are telling 2 times. So, the equation whose roots are 2 times the roots of given equation is of the form I can write it as what? F of x by 2. So, in one of the question what did we do? Is of the form I should write it as f of x by 2. F of x by 2 I should write it. In one of the question reciprocal means I took it as instead of x I have to replace it by 1 by x. Here I have to replace x by 2. So, the equation I should write it as what? X by 2 whole to the power of 5 minus 2 into x by 2 whole to the power of 4, okay, plus 3 into x by 2 whole to the power of 3 minus 2 into x by 2 whole to the power of 2 plus 4 into x by 2 plus 3 is equal to 0. Now, let us simplify this. X to the power of 5, write it x to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 5 is what, friends? 32, directly write it. So, 2 into x to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 4 is what? 16 plus 3 into x cube divided by 2 cube is what, friends? 8, okay, minus 2 into x square plus 2 square is what, friends? 4, don't cancel anything, write it as it is, plus 4 into x by 2, write it as it is, plus 3 is equal to 0. This is what we are having. Now, if I take the LCM, I told you in previous question, highest power, that is x power 4, the biggest number, that was the LCM. Here also the biggest number, 32 will be the LCM. So, let us take the LCM. So, this will be equal to what? 32, I will write it here as it is. 32 1 is 32, 1 into x to the power of 5 is x to the power of 5. So, 16 2 is, so 2 2 is 4 x to the power of 4. So, 8, what is this I am having? See here, made it neatly. So, see here, I am having 32 is the LCM. So, this will become what? X power 5 minus 16 2 is 2 2 is 4, okay, 4 x to the power of 4. Okay, what is this? 8 4 is 4 3 is 12x, 12x cube. This is what? 4 8 is 8 2 is 16, 16x square. Okay, this is what? 2 into 16, 16 4 is 64x plus 1 into nothing, 1 into this is nothing means this is 1, 1 into 32 is 32, 32 into 3 is what? 96 is equal to 0. If I send 32 to that side, it will become 0. So I will have what? Finally, I will have what? F of x by 2 would be equal to what? F of x by 2 will be equal to x power 5 minus 4x to the power of 4, okay, plus 12x cube minus 16x square plus 64x plus 96 is equal to 0 is the required equation, friends. Is the required equation, you have to write it. Therefore, f of x by 2 is the required equation. Is the required equation, you have to write it. Clear? Is the required equation, you have to write it. Got it? Samba Shiva will help you, don't worry. Please watch the previous classes also, okay, and do share it with your friends. Okay, you can visit the institute for any help. Okay, it's in Narayanguda. Okay, no need to worry about anything, we will help you definitely. Fine. So now when it comes to this, so when it comes to theory of equations, they will give the roots, they will ask you to find the equation, and they will give the equation, they will ask you to find the equation in such a way that the roots are reciprocal, the roots are negative, or the roots are 2 times, or root of n times. Okay, such type of things you know how to solve it now. Clear? And also you should know how to find the cubic, how to find biquadratic, all these things. And they will give 4 roots, alpha, beta, gamma, some value they will give. They will ask you to find the equation, that is biquadratic equation. That also we have done in the previous question. So we have covered all the types of questions pertaining to what are the chapters: complex numbers, okay, De Moivre's theorem, then quadratic expression and theory of equations. So this is it when it comes to VSAQs for 2A. This is part 1. In part 2 we will be solving other chapters, remaining chapters like permutation, combinations, and there onwards. Clear? That will be doing it tomorrow. Similarly, it will be followed by 2B. It will be done in 2 parts. Okay, clear, friends? Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Please go through the session again. Any doubt you can post it in the comment section. If you need any help, further help, you can put it in the comment section. Definitely our team will reach out to you. Thank you. Take care.